Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are all well. And 11:11, let the journey begin. And I'm very excited because today we are coming to an end of a cycle talking on numerology and numbers and angel numbers and what are these meanings and the messages that these numbers bring to us. And so, precisely today, it will be 10 weeks since the first day that we started these encounters. So we always have a date, usually on Sundays, 11:11 South African time, and then we have changed this to the Saturday mornings at the same time, and we are going to make it a regular rendezvous. We will forever now, until further notice, meet at 11:11 South African time, in Angola and Portugal 10:11, and and in Dubai 1:11 in the afternoon. And we will meet here. We will discuss very interesting topics and themes. I encourage you also to send forward your wishes and your recommendations, your contributions always. Please, as always, ask you to check our website 11:11 letthejourneybegin.com. Contribute in our blog, all of our talks, and especially these ones on numerology. So it could be on mindfulness or holistic or even oracles. They are posted there, and so you can read them nicely. But after our sessions, our streams, then I will also post the live stream onto that, so you can click on the links and just revisit all of these that we've talked about. And again, thank you so much for coming here. It's so special that you share your journey with us and that you allow us to share our journey with you too. 11:11 has a lot of breath and a lot of fire right now. We've reached 1,200 followers on our Facebook page. We are hoping that go and put a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and send me a message if you want a direct link, because we are below the 100 subscribers, so you can't actually just type there and find us easily. But it's really interesting because you can always access to free talks and insights and sharing contributions, and also our fantastic weekly workouts by Lloyd. And we are just very excited. So as you can see here, like scrolling underneath, today we're going to talk about zero and what is this number. Zero, because for many centuries, zero didn't exist. I'm not sure if you are aware of that fact, but numbers were cardinal numbers from 1 to 9. Zero was not a part. And today I'm going to guide you through a little bit of all of this, that it's behind all of these stories. I hope that you are as excited as I am today. And before we jump and dive onto these numbers, zero, today, please remember to save the date and pencil in your diary. Next Saturday, here, this same place at the same time, we will welcome Anaya Sophia to talk about the Qatar prophecy, and also the connection of Mary Magdalene to this amazing, almost 700-year prophecy. So 699 years it will come to place on next year, on 2021, and you don't want to miss out on this one if you are as curious about origins and divine feminine as we are. So great. I would like to, shall we start? And please don't forget to write your comments here. Let me see how I'm going to start. I will try to answer as fast as possibly can. Remember that we always have a little bit of a delay. So you bear with me. I know you do. But just please leave your contributions, your questions, your comments, and then we will work through it. All right, fantastic. Just a quick housekeeping now. Remember to have your phones on silence. I had my phone on silence, but somehow notifications still do a bling bling, and that I couldn't get rid of it on time. So if you hear something, I'm just going to ignore it. If you really need to get all the here, you know where to find me. Exactly, it's here. So come and send me a message here. It's fine. All right, so now that you have saved the date of the 8th of August at 11:11 South African time for the Anaya Sophia and the Qatar prophecy. Okay, so remember, 8 of 8 is a very special day. It's the Lion's Gate Day. And for all the South African women out there, very good month of August, of Women's Month, and also today in the Inca nation is celebrated Pachamama's Day, or Mother Earth, the planet, the divine. After the conquistadors in the what is said to be um, the Tatawanguyo, which is the mountain range of the Andes, which is now Bolivia, Ecuador, Brazil, some parts of Argentina, and Chile, and Peru, being Cusco, the capital or the belly button of the Inca nation. With the conquistadors, then Pachamama was energy, or Pachamama was attributed to be the energy of Holy Mary, and even in the San Pedro. Catedral de São Pedro in the Plaza de Armas in Cusco. As you go in, on the left, you see an altar to Holy Mary, and right at the beginning of the cathedral, also on the left, before you go to Holy Mary altar, you see a big black stone, which is an altar to Pachamama. And we all get together in the same energy, independently of what names we call it, right? It's beautiful. All right, so you are ready. So happy birthday, Pachamama. Very, very happy Women's Month to all South African women. And now let's start by diving into zero. Shall we? Okay, let's do the zero. And you can always revert to our website, www.1111letthejourneybegin.com, and just click on the blog, and Zero for Infinity and Pure Potential is already posted. And I ask you at about a 4-minute read, and I ask you please to leave your contribution as well. So zero is a number and a digit, right? That represents the concept of nothing, or the absence of any quantity. It is believed that ancient people were understanding the meaning of nothing, but they had no proper concept of symbol, what symbol to use in mathematics, before the 5th century. The numbers 1 through 9 all have easily defined meanings. The number 0, however, is different, but it's special because it's associated with nothingness. The 0, it doesn't have any attributes of its own. We can't find any specific that is of 0 only. Instead, it represents infinity and represents pure potential. So it's nothingness, but it's also the possibility of the whole. In terms of the tarot, the 0 could actually be associated, for an example, to the Fool, for those of you that um, follow the tarot oracles. So zero represents universal energy and also represents source fields, very much like number six represents the source. Um, and also, number zero, it's a reminder that everything is interconnected and that we are all existing within the law of one. And hence, you see pretty much zero, one, zero, one, one, zero. You see this dichotomy plenty of times. So the vibration of number zero is associated with infinity, with eternity, with um, ownness or oneness. If you see zeros everywhere, it could be a sign that you are being called to connect with this primal force through meditation as well. You're being called to start on your spiritual journey, and you are being reminded of the oneness of all things, of the all in one and the nothing, uh, uh, and the nothingness of nothing, if this makes sense to you. So you would say, okay, Nish, but you say that the zero was only start being used more or less around the 5th century. Yes, it started being used more or less around the 5th century by an Indian, actually. But before that time, in the Islamic world, uh, zero was already being used towards accuracy as well as decimal numbers. So, who invented zero, you would ask? What is the history of zero? Well, there was no zero, there was no symbol for zero around 800 years before, well, even 800 years ago. Firstly, it came into existence independently as a symbol in the Indo-Arabic number system with the base 10. In ancient times, many civilizations used the number system for counting. So the zero in mathematics and in your daily life is as important as the other digits 1 to 9. So as I said, let's dive into this story. So the proper mathematical uses of zero started more or less around the 7th century by Gupta. So Brahman Gupta denoted that zero was a placeholder, and he started using this placeholder using a symbol with a dot. So a dot under the number. So zero does not only represents nothing, but it also represents the starting point of anything, a placeholder. Okay? But we can go back to 4,000 years ago. And we can go to the Mesopotamian civilization. So it said that, for an example, people from Sumeria or Sumerians were the first in the world that had developed a counting system. And the Babylonians got their number systems from the Sumerians with a base 60. So not 10, but with a placeholder or a base of 60. So Babylonians left an empty space for representing zero in their number system, but it was so confusing in larger numerals. So at around 300 before Christ, they started using zero as a symbol of two slanted wedges in larger numerals. But then they've never really developed the idea of zero being an independent number. So it was more they acknowledged it as a placeholder, and they used like two, like almost brackets or sledges, but it wasn't a number. Um, but for an example, the Maya on the Mesoamerican civilization, the Mayans, and this means like South Central Mexico or Central America. They use the concept of zero in their long count calendar. So the number system of the Mayans had a base of 20. And they used it in the calendar as a symbol of something that looked like an eye. So they never actually used zero in equations or as a number itself, but they used the symbol of the eye to this representation. Are you following me? Do you have any comments so far? So we talking about zero as a place number, and we going back on history and has a base number or a placeholder, how or on which base number different civilizations used zero for. So no comments so far. Hello, hello. Come and say hi to me, please. Give me a heart or a hug. I love hugs. A big hug to you too. Okay. So let's wait for the comments to come, but in the meantime, all right. So let's go back to so we spoke about the Mesopotamian civilization, also the Mesoamerican civilization, and we also spoke about the Indo-Arabic system of 800 years ago with a base of 10. All right, and around the 7th century, Brahmagupta, then he started using a zero as a placeholder. So the main credit goes for the Indians to use zero independently, really. So Indians call it shunya or shunaya. In the Sanskrit language, shunaya, that represents the meaning of empty or void or space. And they used it in their shlokas, and shlokas meaning poems. So the Indian mathematician and astronomer, so this was, I can't actually pronounce his name, Aryabhatta. And this is more or less 550 ahead of Christ. They utilized the concept of zero independently in his mathematical works, but he did not use it as a symbol itself. So we can see the concept, but it's not yet there as a symbol or even as a number. So another mathematician, that one that I spoke to you about, Brahmagupta, now further, then he used the zero in his mathematical equations, which is equation system that already uses complex operations and rules. So at that time, uh, Brahmagupta, including other Indians, they used zero as a placeholder, and they use it under the numbers using a symbol of a dot, like a large like a dot, but like a circle with a vacuum in the middle. And so they consider the meaning of this dot as nil, or vacuum, or space. And then further, in the Islamic countries and also in China and Europe, then we can already start seeing the spread of zero, namely with the silk and the spice route. So in about 825 AD, a Persian mathematician used a little circle as a symbol of the zero in his mathematical operations. So we can also honestly then say that zero as a number and as the symbol that we use today, it actually started with in Persia, with a Persian mathematician. So the Indo-Arabic numeral system reached Europe at about the end of the 11th century. Some religious leaders opposed to the use of zero in Europe because of their belief that in nothingness, in emptiness, resides evil and devil. And remember, by the 11th century, Europe was pretty Christianized. But the European merchants used it illegally because remember the spice and the silk route and all the trade. So by the end of the 13th century, some books got even published from mathematical operations. And so it became common in Europe as well, the use of zero. And zero became a number. So zero um, a number with its symbol and as a placeholder. So, with the help of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 digits and zero, we can represent any numerals. So, the most common number system that we use still today is the Indo-Arabic number system. So, there are 10 digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the group of digits is called numerals. In the numerals, we can use zero as a placeholder in the place value system. For an example, for numeral 4356, the place value of 3 is 300. Okay, are you following me? Okay. Now, for you that love numerology, this is incredible. It's such a creative number. So, zero currently is also being widely used as a binary numeral system, but with the base 2. So, it uses only two digits, 0 and 1. In digit electronics like a computer, and computers love 0, 1. They love this number system. So this number system, the binary numeral system of 0 and 1, it's the base of computer language and coding. So if we conclude we invented zero first, then we can say that many gave their contribution. Most of the civilizations were using it in ancient times as a symbol. But the first time it was used as a placeholder, it was by the Indians. And here today, we use zero as an oval shape in our number system. Following me? How interesting is this? Do you have any questions so far? Okay, we have a comment. Hello, Sandy. Good morning, love. Are you finding it interesting? Zero is like so, almost there to say it's like so crazy. It's just like so exciting to work. And I'm not even, well, I can't say that I'm not a mathematical person, which I am, quite assertive, and I like things in order, and I like to find the order of things and the progress of things. But I am not one that in love with mathematics. I am so fascinated with numbers and numerology and the meaning of numerology as a science, and then how to to bring the spiritual attributes of sacred geometry onto numbers. So I'm not sure if you are following me here and if you are excited. Okay. I will continue now. So it is very interesting when we start seeing sequences or repeats of zero. And as everybody that knows me, again, I don't believe in coincidences. Um, it was on, so today I am to talk on zero, and it's the last of this series on numbers and angel numbers. And I was to write, as I usually do on the Friday, I I write the post on our website, on the blog, on our blog. I write it over, so then you can better prepare to when we discuss it on Saturday. And what happens on the, okay, so Thursday to Friday, Lloyd wakes up at midnight, but not just midnight, at 0000. There's no coincidences, right? And when you see 00 and 000, it's very special because it is associated with choice, with pure potential, and with new beginnings. It's a message that your life is being reset to zero. It's a clean state. You are going to embark on something totally new, and it's a message from your spirit guides that all pathways are now open before you. An abundance of possibilities are being laid out for you. So this is where the mystical aspects of this number comes in. It's a reminder from your angels that there is no separation between you, your angels, your spiritual guides, or any living thing in existence. It means that you are aligned with universal energy and that you are being supported by the divine. It's absolutely amazing. So tell me, all right, I have used 001 since forever. You see? Okay, so Sandy, were you here when I spoke about the 0 and the 1 and the 0, the placeholder? Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the. This is so important. All right. So when we see the 0 and the 1 and the 1 and the 0, you are connected with the current binary numeral system. It's it's the artificial intelligence that we are now talking about, the Internet of Things, the information of things, the coding, the computer language, the coding that take us to origin, to the nothingness, and to the ownness. All right. So this, I am even getting the chills right now because it's the time. It's absolutely time right now, and us at 1111, we've been having so much validation of this currently since Thursday. So Thursday to Friday, and now okay. So Friday was the last day of the month 7 of the metaphysical number 7, entering the Lionsgate month, entering 8. So the new beginning of midnight, 0000, the coding, the 0 to 1 start, the alignment and the awareness and the acknowledgement of everything just being open for us. it's like when we go to the shop and we buy a, a diary or a drawing book, and we choose the cover that we want with the material, with the thickness, with the resistance that we want, with the color, with the size, what we can take, what service, what doesn't service, and then we open inside, not just any ordinary book, and it just needs to be in order, and it's just a new clean. We even careful the way that we don't even want to bend it all. We want to save it to be new. So I need to thank you all from my heart for these amazing 10 weeks. And again, no coincidence, we are talking about number 0 at the end of the numeral of the cardinal numbers when we celebrate the 10th 10 week of our weekly encounters. Right? And it's so it's so beautiful to have been here and sharing your questions and your doubts and your relationships with these numbers, and how there's always one of you that had connected to that exact number that we touched base and we touched upon that same week. So thank you so much for sharing your journey. And please save the date for next week at this time. Next week, Saturday, the 8th of August, we will be celebrating the day of Lionsgate, which will be Lionsgate Day. And at 11:11 South African time, we're going to welcome Anaya Sophia. And she's going to come and talk to us about the Cathar prophecy. Now, Anaya is a storyteller, and she's a beautiful soul. She wrote many books. She's the older of a very special lineage and divine feminine, and you will be absolutely overwhelmed. So don't miss that chance. Invite your family, invite your friends here on www.facebook.com/1111 Let the Journey Begin, but also at the 1111 Let the Journey Begin YouTube channel at the same time. So please save the date, all right? And come and listen to this 699-year-old prophecy that's gonna come. What is happening on 2021? Come and find out. And today, a big blessing to Pachamama's birthday, to our beautiful Mother Earth, to our beautiful planet, to our beautiful mother. And if you can, I'm sure that you will have an opportunity. If you have, Pachamama just loves wine. She loves wine, but she also loves perfume. So and she loves sweets. So if you have with you some candy or a little bit of chocolate or some um, perfume flowers or scent or lavender, if you could take a moment and go to your garden, go to earth, dig a little hole, and just give an offering of her, of happy birthday, and thank her for being such a beautiful mother, and for her also to accept that sometimes we don't look after her as lovingly as we should, but we honor her. And we came from her. We will go back to her, just continuously asking for her sustenance and her immense love. So to Pachamama, Mother Earth, Happy birthday. Felices cumpleaños, Pachamamita, 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 parabéns. And to all of you, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful warm hug. Let me know if anything that you would like to hear more about zero and all of these fantastic, fantastic numbers, and visit our website www.1111letthejourneybegin.com. Go on to our blog, and you will have already this recording of this session today, but also a description of everything that we spoke about, this fantastic number, and the story of it. So, what was the other question that I just answered? Yeah, I love when you like really, really, really interact with me. It just makes it so worth it that we set the time to have these, little get-togethers. So I'll give it a little bit more of time to see if there's another question or another comment that is coming. We are already 37 minutes live. And please, if you can put a like and subscribe our YouTube page, please do that. And also visit our website and see all of the goodies that we have there. Grab your free ebooks. If you haven't grabbed your free personal training session with Lloyd, I mean, I would say that, don't take it for granted. Just grab it, because it's not going to stay there forever and ever. And, it will just move your energy and put you in a fantastic, good mood and set you up for this new month starting. About gifting Pachamama. Okay, so Sandy's asking us about gifting Pachamama, if I can get not showing enough. No, 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 no. She knows us even when we are in silence. She is always she knows that even if we have a thought of her, it's already gratitude. The gifting, like when it's someone's birthday, you either take flowers or a cake, right, or champagne, you see. So it's Pachamama is the same thing. So just have a moment of thinking of her, of acknowledging her, and just give her a sweet or a little bit of wine or beer if you are close to a mountain. The Apus love beer. So Apu, so if you stay up, Apu is the masculine energy of the mountain. So if you are on a foothill of a mountain, you can also use more savory. So you can use beer or salty crackers or roasted peanuts, more savory things as a gift. But if you are more on a valley or a plain ground, then more sweetish things. And Pachamama also loves color. So even if you have like food coloring, and if you want, just put a drops on Pachamama, which is sweet, scented, and colorful. She also loves it, and she always knows that we love her. Okay, so Sandy says she loves working in the garden, but normally just present when do it at peace. I know sometimes I think, oh dear, I've cut a dress here. Not asking. It's not a problem. And you know why? Because when you are cutting trees and when you are working the garden, you're not working the garden or in a garden with the purpose of hurting Pachamama. You are with your heart of taking care, of making it pretty, of trimming it, of reducing the invasive and although everything belongs, right? And even when you remove from a excuse me, like if you take those invasive little weeds from a rose bed, you're going to remove them from there, but then you're going to throw it away. You're going to throw it away to give to Pachamama again for her. So you're not destroying. It's all made with immense love. So if you are in the garden and you're working with planting or replanting or cutting or trimming or etc., you are in a loving space. You are in a loving space because uh, um, how can I say, the uh, you are with your heart devoting your time, devoting your love to Pachamama. So how could she think that you possibly not being kind or showing gratitude? It's an impossibility. She's already loving that you are connecting with her. That is what is important. Even if it is for 1 minute, for 5 minutes, doesn't matter. Even if it is on a thought, maybe you don't have a garden that you can, just go on your knees and say, "Hey, Pachamama, here's a sweetie," because maybe people around you are gonna say that, "Oh, she's cuckoo." You know, if you're not past that part, that if someone has a comment that is not comfortable with what you're doing, most people, actually, I have never seen anyone upsetting anyone that is like hugging a tree. At at the very most, if you are hugging a tree and there is someone passing by, they will look at you, they will acknowledge you, and they will even go a little bit further. And doing that, they are respecting, they are giving you space to whatever that you are doing. They feel that it's your thing, that you should be respected. Have you noticed that? You have, I'm sure, have you ever seen someone pointing at you or screaming that, "What you doing? You crazy hugging a tree"? No. Why? Because inside themselves, people know, I'm not one to do that, but whatever that lady is doing, I should respect. And that's Pachamama speaking to all of us. Hmm. No, 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 no. When we are strong and we are aware, not everybody needs to be on the same energy that we are. No, because everything fits. So there's no good and there's no bad, only the moment of its applicability. Remember? So tell me what you're going to do next Saturday at 11:11 in the morning. Leave me your comments here. Next Saturday at 11:11 in the morning. What you're going to do? What we are going to do? Exactly. We're going to meet here at this same place and we're going to invite and welcome Anaya Sophia, and we're going to drink all of those words and we're going to give ourselves a chance of learning, right? So please share with as much people as you believe that could benefit from it. If you have a chance and if you have the will, just gift something to Pachamama. And I'll meet you here next Saturday. Please come and put a like and subscribe our YouTube page and visit our website, www.letthejourneybegin. Have a very, very, very blessed week and check up on our themes and our talks on our website and our blog. So can't wait to see you all next week. Take care, and we're going to have exciting, exciting news for you. So please watch this space along the all week. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye, bye, bye. Take care. All good? Yeah? Bye.